Hey there everyone, Hitesh here, and I'm not gonna even edit this video. So this video is more about sharing my thoughts, which I have a lot these days. I wanted to discuss about some of the thoughts that is going on in my mind from the morning today, and I thought let's share this with all of you. So these are the thoughts regarding how the edtech industry is changing and shaping up, and how teachers are being valued so much these days and are changing the entire industry. So the thought actually got started when I remembered the first decision which I took to become a teacher. Because I was in my engineering college, was decent in programming, not that much heavy in programming. I was more into security domain and all of that, and I wanted to teach. This was from very inside of me. I wanted to teach. It was not specific to teaching about coding or cybersecurity or cloud or anything as in general. I just wanted to become a teacher. I enjoyed that process from the early on days and I wanted to be a teacher. The first time I shared this thought with my teachers and seniors and fellow mates, I was looked upon like, hey, why are you doing some kind of a degraded job? Yes, I was looked down a lot. And everybody was just inspiring me or sharing this that, hey, you have a lot more potential than being a teacher. Why you just want to teach? And I was like, teaching is good. It's fun. And everybody was saying there's no money in that. You cannot build a career out of it. All you got to do is just teach the same subject. And I was interested in that. In fact, when I shared this thought with some of the family members as well, huge mistake, but still I did. And everybody was saying that, okay, fine, it's your decision that you want to be a teacher. It's good. The pay will be less, but at least it will be a chill out life, more relaxed life. And I was like, why is like that? And I remember these thoughts from the early days, like everybody looked down. And today, look at this, how the edtech industry is booming. The teachers are getting handsomely paid. Not all, but at least you can make a decent living being a teacher. And that is good for a country as well, that when the teachers are going to be fulfilled, they can actually build a better nation. And in fact, I see a lot of YouTube videos as well these days that I left this MNC or that MNC just for teaching, which means there is obviously a good compensation in the market. Whether you are young and naive enough to believe that, hey, he's going into less package and all that, that is not happening. That is not happening. Let me be assure you of that. If somebody is leaving an MNC, obviously he's getting compensated well, and he thinks that there is a more potential of a career, then that's why he is coming up here. And that's the same reason for everyone, me, everybody else. So that's a good thing. And I think when I look back into the part where things were happening, we have reached to so much of a good place where things are right now. But yes, things are evolving. There was a time I remember that in order to learn from the world-class faculty, you have to travel thousands and thousands of, not thousand, but yes, a good few hundred kilometers you have to travel to just learn from them for 2 days, 3 days workshops or a boot camp or something like that. And now sitting at home, you can reach out the world-class faculties and can learn from them. That is good. That is good on one aspect. The other aspect is not good, which I'm still worried about. And I'm pretty sure eventually the future holds a good side of that. Also, another side is how the payments are working. In the initial days, if you had a local institute which had good teacher, you just go there. There are just 2 or 3. In case you are in a good city, if you're in a not so exposed city, then obviously best of luck in those days. Now things are changing. Now things are moving that even in your city, if you don't have access to world-class teacher, you can get them with just a click of button. How good that is. That makes me exciting about the future of what the technology and education is. But one thing that I've seen so far that is moving ahead is that how the payments are working. In the initial days, nobody used to like to pay for anything at all. Everything should be free. If it is internet, it is free. And eventually people realize that, okay, we need to pay some amount, at least it should be affordable. So from affordable, now it's going to a mid-tier affordable. So not from that low of a courses. So previously it was expensive, hell. Then it went suddenly as a downfall that it should be super affordable. Now it's going on to a medium range affordable section that target mass audience, bring in more users and give them affordable. So that balances out the business part of the life. But strangely, to my surprise, a lot of people now are preferring that I want a premium education. And a lot of people are going in that. In fact, one of my friend is taking a class by paying 1 lakh rupees a month, and that's just 2 months of a class. But he's saying, I don't want to sit into a batch of like 3,000, 5,000 people. He prefers to be in just a class with one-on-one. So yeah, that's kind of expensive he's paying. Also, some of my friends are teaching, they are also YouTubers also. So they are also teaching the classes with less number of students, little bit higher pricing, and people are preferring that. Now, obviously, some people will jump in and say, hey, it should be affordable. I cannot afford even a laptop. Why are you putting up these? These are not, I'm not selling anything. These are just statements. These are thoughts in my mind that how the transition is happening. Initially, from not accepting accepting that we should be having these much of high classes, now paying class for so much of the premium that I want a one-to-one attention to that. We're moving on to a different segment, and this is happening quite a lot these days. Another side which I'm thinking quite a lot today is how can we deal up with the thing of lost student? Because the student who shines, they will obviously learn from YouTube videos or from a self-paced courses or even in the live classes. They let's just say they are at 60%, they become 80% or 90%. That's the change I've seen. And of course, I do agree that the completion ratio is much more higher in interactive classes, live classes, and all of that. It's much more fun. I'm enjoying that. But what about the student who is not very expressive? The student who used to be very last in the class. In the class of 10 or 12 students, you can pay attention to him. Remember why this entire tuition industry came into the picture? Because the initial thought was that in my school, there are 30 students, one teacher to 30 students, not a good ratio. My child need a personal attention. That's why people used to send their student into a personalized tuition classes. And now the tuition classes has these thousands and thousands of students. So that same child who needed a personal attention to groom is not getting that attention. And people don't want to pay for that particular child or personally for you as well, that premium price. So who is going to take care of that particular student who in the first place needed that tuitions? Because in the name of affordability, we are going into these massive classes, which has a lot more students. Of course, this brings down the price of education onto affordability side. But there's another factor of personal attention to some students who need that. So are we addressing that? And when we are going to address that, and how we are going to build technology that good that we can address that? Because that's the last mile step, according to me, that we need to take that step, how we can go for. We have seen that. In fact, I've taken some of the personal classes, one-to-one mentorship in the offline as well. And in that, I've seen that if you have a batch of 30 student or 40 student or something like that, since you're present offline, you monitor each and every student and get that progress in the test and everything. And you can sit with them if they need them. And I've literally sat with one of the students and asked them to write these loops for 5 or 10 different times along with me. I was saying, hey, press F, press O, F, R, write for loop. He was afraid of typing. That's all. And once he started writing that, his hands started working. He did remarkably well in the entire class. So I was thinking the whole day, these random thoughts that yes, we have come to a long way in the education industry, from premium to affordable to mid-premium range. And some people are even paying the premium price for personal mentorship and attention. So there's a segment of students who prefer all things affordable. There is a segment of students who prefer all things free. Good luck to them. There's no such thing as free. So premium, from free to affordable, to premium to super premium, and what's going to be more into the edtech industry. People who used to look down are looking as teachers like it. It's a fantastic job. Of course, a lot of hard work is there, but a fantastic job, and not looking at least down at me that why you chose this career to be a teacher. Instead, you could join a big MNC or something like that. Even MNC people are coming in here. So a lot of thoughts are going on in my mind that, hey, how the industry is shaping up, how things are changing up. And yes, I know these are random thoughts, but these thoughts are not conclusive. I don't have a conclusive answer. What's going to be the solution of problem, or what problem is actually there? But I think one point in my mind right now is how can we get an attention to the student who really need it and is an introvert, who doesn't ask question, who doesn't raise hand in the live classes, uh, but somewhat is missing behind while we are doing all this teaching and stuff. Is somehow we can track more progress, pay individual attention to that. Can we do it? Are we in the position of doing it? Because it requires more manpower, more hours. He's obviously not ready as of now to pay more for these attention, or he's ready. I'm not sure to pay more for these kinds of attention. I don't know. I don't know what is happening, but it's all is a good direction. At least we are moving somewhere. We are not stuck in, because I know some industries are stuck in that one phase and they cannot move out. But at least education industry is moving, and I'm happy with that. And yes, these are some random thought which usually comes to my mind. And these days I'm getting more comfortable in sharing them online. So good luck watching these videos. I don't know even if I'm going to keep this video online for long or not. Yeah, random thoughts, stuff. So thank you so much. In case you have some similar random thoughts about education and edtech, let me know in the comments. And probably I'll make another such video if these thoughts keep on popping in my mind for an entire day. I'll just put them out in the videos. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.